This week, the Detroit Lions are taking on the Washington football team. Let's talk Lions. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to Let's Talk Lions. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around, even though our season has been, well, somewhat of a bummer. This week, we're taking on Washington. Luckily, the game is here in Detroit, so there's that home field advantage. If that exists anymore. Let's break down what this game is going to look like and really how I think Detroit can win this game. So Washington has a very strange quarterback room at the moment between Dwayne Haskins, Alex Smith, and Kyle Allen. Three good QBs all sitting in this weird limbo land scrapping for the starting position. Obviously, QB1 is Alex Smith. He played against the Giants last week. We saw what he was able to accomplish there. Very interesting game seeing him come back. Truly his story and his comeback, being able to even play in the NFL again. My man, good for him. That's incredible. It's an awesome story. And I'm looking forward to playing him. He's a great quarterback. He is mobile. That's going to be something interesting for our defense to kind of have to work with. Obviously, we saw how he handled the mobility of one Dalvin Cook. This year, everybody's like, oh, let Russ cook. First of all, the Bills absolutely boiled him. Second of all, if you're going to let anybody cook, let it be Dalvin. Stupid joke, I know. But hey, I love the Great British Bacon Show, and I will not deny it. I have a ballin' paleo key lime pie recipe that I am proud of. The number one thing that we have to be aware of going up against Washington is really their pass defense. Their pass defense is insane. I think it's much better than most Washington fans expected coming into this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, but my goodness, I didn't see it coming. Washington's pass defense has let up 185.6 yards per game. That's incredible. They're ranked first in the NFL. Good for you, Washington. And they're also just 7th overall pass defense. So we are going up against a solid pass D. And that's going to be a lot to have to work against, especially because we don't have Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay is still out. We have no new news other than the fact that he has not practiced this week thus far. He will probably be out. Nay, he will be out this Sunday against Washington. Will we see him next week? I don't know. We'll find that out as we go on. But that is something to consider, which really leads me to where I think Detroit can succeed. Most weeks, we rely on Matt Stafford's arm, do we not? We're always relying on Stafford and him being able to outgun the defense. Stafford had a bad game last week. He threw for 211 yards. He had 1 TD, 2 interceptions. It wasn't good. He also got injured going into the fourth quarter. So, what I'm getting at here is this week against Washington, I think it's really going to come down to our combo of Adrian Peterson and DeAndre Swift. Mostly Swift. What can Swift put up against it? Because Washington's rush defense is not good. Swift ran for 4.9 yards a carry last week against Minnesota. He was our bright and shining knight in that dirty, dank cave of what we call a Sunday football game. If there's anything we could take away from that, it is that Swift is coming into his own. Yes, there was that drop pass, but what I'm saying is Swift's run game will be absolutely necessary to lead us to a W. If Swift can have a good game, I think that's going to carry the momentum for the Lions on the offensive side of the ball. When it comes to the defense, I want to see man-to-man. Listen, that's where I think we succeed. We have been playing so much zone this year, and the bad part is we basically show the opponent's offense, hey, we're playing zone right now. Like, we don't even try to decoy it. We don't try to mask it. We don't do anything to try to hide the fact that we're playing zone. And so then we get chewed up going across the middle, and it's frustrating. And I've had enough of that. And I would like to see some more man-to-man action on our defensive side of the ball. Detroit, we are in a bit of a bind. We have a lot of injuries, and a lot of guys have been limited on practice this week. Between Agnew, Kearse, Okuda, Walker, Danny Shelton, we've had so many guys on limited practice that is affecting how we come into the game on Sunday. Look at Stafford last week. He was on that COVID protocol with the negative in his family and all that, and he just couldn't perform. He didn't practice. And if you don't practice, how are you going to get out there? All because you're a veteran doesn't mean you can get out there and slay it on Sunday. If the other team is freaking practicing and the rest of your squad is, look at what Stafford did. Stafford looked bad last week. And I believe so much of that had to do with the fact that our guy didn't practice at all. So, that being said, I am looking forward to this game on Sunday. You might say why. They are two bad ball clubs. Maybe that's why. Maybe it'll be nice to play a team that's bad because we're bad this year. And hey, might even pull out a W. My score prediction going into this week will be that Detroit wins 20-17. I know, wild. But hey, you tell me, who do you think is going to win, Washington or Detroit? Drop your score predictions in the comments, and I'll catch you next time on Let's Talk Lions.